then we'll go. Okay, good. I think I'm recording. Okay. So I'm gonna share tonight, and I'm gonna ask you guys to hop into, but I'll probably talk for about 15-20 minutes. I'll try to keep it quick and to the point. But I do want to give you guys some ideas that maybe you're not thinking of, or um, that I know I'm going to try to use a few of these this month, not all of them. And when I invite somebody to earn hostess rewards and really go after that new nail strip, I am not going to say I have all these different kinds. I'm going to try to gauge it on what I think she might be interested in. I might, if it's somebody who's turned me down, I might maybe offering it in a little bit different way. So I'm going to give you a few suggestions to get some party, not only just some party dates on your calendar, but some people going out and looking to earn hostess rewards. While this has a $300 qualifying mark to get to that eligibility for the 2 strips, that also can mean 2 hostesses still getting a strip. And I don't know if, I always talk about connect the dots because I'm always watching connect the dots, but this week, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that group. Maybe it was the if you're not in the 22 group, I think that's what it's called, 22. But they've been doing a lot of great training. So 22, it was 22 senior executives that earned the trip to New York the last time it happened. Jackie McGowan, who's part of our upline, was in that training. And so she's one of the 22 gals, but they started it. I'm not sure if they started it with the intention of just having it for them, but they've opened it to anybody, and it's awesome. And they will sometimes just have some of those leaders going in, kind of like a connect the dots, but it's shorter. It's like sometimes they're 5 minutes. I mean, some have been as short as 3 minutes. I feel like they're just quick and to the point. I love it because I've gotten stuff out of that and connect the dots this week on parties. So I feel like it was perfect. Corporate probably did that on purpose for connect the dots now that I think about it. But I loved hearing ideas about different ways to do parties. So some of them you may have heard, and some of them hopefully are maybe new ideas for you, or just sometimes I hear something I've heard 100 times and I think, you know what, I think I have someone who would be perfect for that. So the whole goal is to have people sharing links and earning rewards, right? For you, that means PV. For them, it can mean hostess rewards. So I had jotted down a few different types of parties. And when I share some of them, I'm going to also kind of share who I might be reaching out to for these, or how I might be reaching out to different people for these types of parties. And again, you don't know what's going to fit into everybody's schedule, but some people just hear the word party and they shut down. I know Dina's great about saying, I'm going to make you a shopping link. I know she very rarely uses the word party. So what I was really thinking my verbiage is going to be surrounding this to get some hostesses on my calendar is to say, I've got a goal. I want to get these in the hands of 8 of my customers. I want 8 of my customers to earn these nail strips. So would you be interested in, earning these? I'll come up with a little different uh, verbiage than that, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Like, instead of saying, do you want to book a party and earn these? Saying, I want to work to help 8 of my awesome VIPers, or 8 of my customers, or 4 of my customers, whatever is your goal. You can say 2, right? You don't have to say you're looking to book 8, but you could say, I really am trying to get 2. I want this particular, you get 2 sets of, I forget the name of it, but you get 2 sets of this for just, you know, sharing a shopping link. Would you be interested in getting one of these? And then somebody else gets another one. So I haven't worked through what I'm specifically sending out, but I know I've already thought of some people that I want to share a little bit different than I have before, because maybe I've offered them parties. I'm just about to close a party tonight. And so I'm going to do the live in that party, and I'm going to offer some things. I do a live drawing at the end. But I'm also going to be reaching out to those guests as well. And that hostess is pumped that she gets these, right? Because if it's a party from April, all that matters is when it closes. So that's kind of exciting for her. But she's, I've already talked to her about helping me to get some bookings. So she's working on it. I'm working on it. And I'm going to share some of these in my live tonight. So these are just some of them that I came up with, and then I'm going to see what you guys have. You probably have some ideas that I haven't thought of either. But obviously there's a traditional party. So just, booking. So to me, a traditional party is what I run in Facebook a lot, and I know that outline in the mock nail bars. I was the first to go. If you're not in that group, hop in that group. It's mock nail bars for Team Nailing Your Dreams. Okay. I know it's another group. And I could have sworn I had a teammate starting on May 3rd, and I can't remember for the life of me. That's what I get for not writing it down. But my May 10th hostess or stylist, who's going to be the hostess, messaged me tonight about May 10th. So if we don't have one this week, we've had 3 people go already. I've went and 2 other stylists on the team that have just shared their party format. It's not perfect on Facebook because the order can sometimes get jumbled when people are commenting. Pink Paradise, thank you. But I'm definitely going to go through and have those ladies turn off commenting, so that way they kind of stay in order, because as you comment, things get bumped. But you can see what they do. They kind of go from start to finish. I know in mine, I did like a day 1. Now I ran mine like I would for multi-hostess party, but I do that for anybody, like for any single person or multi-hostess format. The format's basically the same. So that's always an option, is to run a traditional nail bar. And, reaching out to people, especially who have been in nail bars recently, like that's probably what I'm going to go for with this current party, is to say, hey, a party just like Monica's, because they're familiar with that. So, and if they tell me no, that's okay. I hear a ton of no's, but they're familiar with that format. So that's totally fine. And that's something that I'm going to be offering them. I know, I don't think I have one in front of me right now, but there was a training at one point about piggyback parties. I think it might be a Connect the Dots, but she shared, and I've shared this before, where you can say you've won a prize pack, and all my prize packs are basically, well, I'll grab one in a minute to show you guys, but it's just a sample, a twosie, with a business card. It doesn't even have to have a business card, just a twosie. Show them that it looks cute because it's in a little container. You guys can get if you want, you can get the little cellophane bags, just something that looks like it's something big that they won. They can't really tell in the picture, but I say, hey, you won this for playing that whatever game. Like I did tic-tac-toe in that party. So everybody that wins, I'm going to tell them they won that. And then when I say, send me your address back, even if they order, I always tell them to send me their address, because I say that helps me to remember. And I just double check. I go right from here and send you your prize. And then I say to them, before I mail it out, are you interested in upgrading to a party pack? And it's like a free set and like one of these, little, obviously I like this type of earrings. So, but these are, little Amazon ones that are really inexpensive, or I might put a nail file in there, just something that's, again, dollar store, inexpensive, in a set, and say, would you be interested in upgrading and, doing your own party? I have up 2 party dates in May available. And so I'm looking to get my bookings from parties. Now, of course, she may not have a party running. So a lot of these other ones are going to fit into something that you could ask anybody in your VIP group, anybody that's ordered, or even if you're new, there's different things that you can be asking people, because I know Dina said there's quite a few people, new people on here. So I'm going to share some ideas for you in particular, but those can work for anybody as well. And I always preach to new people to get samples out, ask as many people as possible to be a product tester for you and give you honest feedback, because you're trying a brand new business. I have a lot of that verbiage in the team group, the Team Nailing Your Dreams. They're called guides now, but the units, there's a couple messages that you can send. Hey, I'm brand new with Color Street. I'm just looking to get some of my friends and family trying out the polish. Would you be interested in trying it out and giving me your honest feedback? Like, that's just a way, that way you're not saying, I'll send you a free sample. I mean, that's really what you're doing. But they're doing you a favor, right? They're doing you a favor by like, I just want your feedback and see what you think about it. I'm asking people I know and trust, right? Because you're starting in your warm market. You're starting with people you already know. You're not to the place where you have customers you've never met. You don't, I have VIPers I've obviously never met, right? And I'm always working to build those relationships. But for those of you that are new, that to me is the biggest thing. On top of asking people I really think I can say, like how I did, my sister and a couple really good friends in the beginning, hey, could you do me a favor? Do a nail bar for me? I did ask a few people that way, but after that, it doesn't work, so if you're new, I try to, to do that. Swapping parties is a great idea too. If you know a friend in another direct selling business, that you could help her out, she could help you out. They're a little bit more prone to doing parties. I shouldn't say that because I don't feel like I am, but I know some people can be, and it may be a way for both of you guys to get going. So anyways, that's another idea just for some of the newer people. Okay, couple other of the parties that I wrote down that I think would be helpful to share with people. I had down partner party. Seems like there could be a better name for it, but it's not really to me. It could be a co-host party. Again, somebody had just trained on that this week where they had a hostess, and to double their party count, they asked her to find a friend that would host with them. And I was like, my mind was blown. I've never done that. I've been sharing Color Street for 3.5 years. Yeah, it's been a while. I've never asked a hostess to find a friend to host with her, but I love that idea. I've done multi-hostess parties where the people don't know each other, and that's okay too. I've done that just to increase engagement, and to really to save myself a little bit of time. But I love the idea of a co-host party. And the reason being is, especially with this particular promotion where they can get the 2 sets of the Pink Paradise, they each can get one, and hitting 300 gets you much better rewards than 2 $150 parties anyway. So just because the number goes from 10% and 1 half off to 15% and 3 half offs, and if you're brand new, you might not know the half offs actually work as credit. So really 3 half off items are about $18 credit, because when you put them, I say 18 because I use 12 as my number because I never know what they're going to be getting in terms of style. But so I just use the glitter cost as my, hey, this is about how much you have to spend. Even when I'm telling my hostesses what their rewards are, I tend to say it in product credit versus half off items, but that's totally up to you. But just so you know, that's why it's better when it's a $300 party versus 2 $150 parties. So if I have 2 VIPers, this is what I'm already thinking about. 2 VIPers, I know their friends outside of Color Street. Maybe I met them both in a nail bar, or I know the one came from the other one's nail bar she hosted for me 6 months ago or a year ago. I may put them in a group message and say, hey, I don't know if you guys love this polish or not, but I think I could help you both earn it. If you pooled your people and got a shopping link going, we can either do it as a traditional nail bar, or it can be something that you're sharing out with your friends. And I've got a couple other ways that they can do that too. And I'll share that in a minute, but I may do that to people who are seasoned and maybe have either turned me down for a party recently, or have turned me down in the past, or just thinking about somebody who I think, like I said, especially if they have somebody, I think that would be a good idea. So the co-host party or partner party, I thought could be something that is offered. And sometimes it takes the pressure off of just one person, because they'll say, I don't know, my parties never turn out good. I mean, I'm sure all of us who've been around for a little while have heard somebody say that to us. So I think it could take the pressure off them a little bit if you're sharing in terms of, hey, grab a partner and be fun. We'll do a quick party online, or I've got some other ways that I think you guys could share your link and earn these sets. So again, just share that party link, share that shopping link, whatever you want to call it. So there's another one. If you guys have questions, I know I'm trying to chat a little bit fast so I can get through them and see what questions you guys have and see what you want to add. But only I can see them, unfortunately, again, but I will definitely look and answer them. Okay, here's another one. I called it a basket party in my own VIP group, and one of my stylists who was in there was like, what's that? It's really, like, to me, an old school catalog party. Who's perfect for this? Our teachers, because they tend to be with lots of other people that, especially, elementary, tend to be more female teachers. I teach high school, and we're about half and half, but I still work with in close proximity with a lot of people still. I know not everybody's back to work in terms of in buildings. So I was thinking that, or of course, nurses, right? Nurses, I've had nurses do that where even if they're running a Facebook party online, I give them extra samples to take in. And there's two ways you can do it. You can give them like a little pack. Like I say basket, because if they're local, you could give them a basket, or before, I have my bin down there, but I used to have my plastic bin ready to go. It had a little binder in it that had a couple pages of how to apply, some basics on Color Street. I probably have the files in the group. If not, I'll find them. Somebody else made them. But it's basically like a to-go party that they can do if they're planning on seeing a group of people. If they're having a girls' night sometime soon, people are starting to get back to doing things more. And they may be able to take samples and say, hey, if you've got, and that could be something you just share in your VIP group, got a girls' night coming up, you're going to be with some friends anyway. How would you like to give them? I would love to provide them with an accent sample and have a little mini mani party, something like that, where they could do the sharing and then they have a shopping link. So I thought catalog to me sounded a little old school. So that's why I said basket, because she can take it in a basket or a bin or something. Some stylists go as far as giving them sets that they can sell. I know stylists on this team have done that. To me, and I've done that, it was with somebody I've known for a long time and trusted. So obviously I wouldn't just give a bunch of sets. Some people take a check for it. To me, that's a little too much work. But if it's somebody you know and you trust, then you could also give them sets. But the online shopping link is perfectly fine too. So you definitely don't get caught up in that, but it's just another way for people to not have a party. Softball, baseball moms, every Sunday I'm coming here with baseball or softball gear on. This weekend was my son. Last weekend was my daughter. So I know that I could do that. I could take the stuff to the games, so if you're noticing that somebody is, at games all weekend, you could say, they're a Color Street lover. Hey, I know you've, your son, for me, it's Max. Hey, I know Max is getting back in the swing of baseball. How would you feel about just taking some samples to the girls, to the moms on the team and sharing? And I'll give you a shopping link. If they decide to order, great, you can get the rewards. If not, no big deal. Right? Like just another way to get samples into other people's hands. And it's samples. To me, it's worth the cost of giving up 10 twosies. Okay. And having that possibly get me out to somebody, because she may not want to commit to a party. People haven't done things in a while. This schedules are crazy. Even though I feel like, we typically run parties where they don't have a ton of committal time to it, no more than they're already spending on social media. But still, you're going to get some reservations from people. So that could be another way. So to me, that's that like catalog-y type party that you could absolutely do. I wrote down 30-minute party, and only because somebody had just trained on the 30-minute party in one of the groups. And I basically run a 30-minute party. The bulk of my party is in 30 minutes. I do a quick live and I have posts that go within 30 minutes. Now I do some pre-party posts, but so did the girl who trained on it. Because I always think 30 minutes, how do you do a full party and get orders in 30 minutes? Well, it's not really. It's the party part is like 30 minutes. And then that's basically what I do. And then the next couple of days, I have some posts that go that just some tips and tricks, and of course a bunch of nail fees. But I do the bulk of my party within that time frame. So, you don't have to do 5 posts a day for a week. You could, and it sounds more appealing to somebody to say, are you interested in a 30-minute party? Right? Like that is the time you want her there and committed. And then you can be messaging her in the pre-part, whenever you want to load the other post, before that 30 minutes happens or after that 30 minutes happens, within those days on either end. You could pick one or the other. But again, just getting it to sound a little bit less work, right? We're all busy. And for me too, I like that because that's my most committed time is during that party time. And then it's just a matter of scheduling some posts, checking out orders, posting thank yous, things like that. Theme parties are always great. I'm not great about themes because I don't necessarily have stuff ready to go to change them up. That feels like a lot of work to me, but some people are awesome at it. And that's definitely something you could do. Again, going back to baseball mom or going back to, some sort of theme that, you know, margaritas and mayonnaise, especially again, if maybe she's going to be doing something out where you can incorporate, what's going on in her life with a theme. I think that's kind of fun. And of course, we've got Memorial Day coming up. So you could do a little patriotic theme, something that you could offer that could be a little bit different. Or I know someone was talking about getting to know what she likes. So if like you're seeing her on Facebook, right? You see things that she loves. How would you like to do a dog theme party? Or, something, if you don't mind putting in that extra work, that might be something that she thinks is fun and an added little bonus for her. So thinking outside the box that way, again, a little bit more work. But there's, girls' night in, all kinds of posts in a lot of the graphics groups. So you may find some theme parties in there. People have them in there. I just have never grabbed them myself and used them, but I know a lot of people do. Totally fine. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. So go through there and see what themes are already made and then offer those themes. that sounds a little more appealing to me. I know Dina too, because I know she doesn't like to make the graphics. I do, but it's not a productive priority. So, okay. Zoom party, right? I mean, people may be zoomed out, but you could offer it. Okay. Bingo party. Another way of doing it is to do a bingo event that you can do through Zoom or do within the Facebook group. You could sell sets live, or you could just use the bingo game to show off sets. So if you don't have a stash, you don't have to do that. There's a whole group for bingo parties, and it's a great group. I've done bingo parties in my VIP group. I have not had anyone bite for actually, I lied. I did it within a party. I said, how would you like to do a bingo night? And I sold some of the set. I sold them at the regular price, by the way, in the party, because I didn't want it to be, I gave them a few perks because they were purchasing right then, but I did put that back into the party. So it wasn't like they were getting a deal from me, but it was just some people for some reason they think it's better ordering right from you, even though it's kind of the same thing. But you could definitely still do a link with it, but just do the bingo where you could do some fun giveaways. Again, twosies. You know what else is great is doing like color cash. It doesn't have to be pretty. Probably don't, of course. I never have everything right next. Oh, I do have one right here. Now mine is I made, and it's definitely kind of pretty. Well, I think it's kind of pretty. Maybe you guys don't, but I made it. But you can give them like a $5 coupon, or you could give them free shipping, and it could just be a graphic. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. But I'll sometimes have my VIPers win this, or a VIPer that's purchased a lot. I don't have a great referral program, but sometimes I'll send them this. I know they're going to be buying anyway. But it just is like, thank you for being such an amazing customer. Or sometimes I'll say, share this with a friend. And then I write, they're like referred by Amanda Rebecca. So that way they know, and like, hey, if somebody uses this, then I'll send you a gift. You'll get a gift from me, or you'll get $5 off your next order. Like all kinds of ways that you can kind of entice people to share you, which is ultimately what you want. Now I put the unparty. So this is one I wanted to talk about because I don't know if that's a great name, but I was trying to think about the name of, I know Kelly France trained on this. She's one of the Color Street. She's reached like diamond level. There's only 2 people. She's one of them. But she had talked about, and this is my plan for a lot of my VIPers that have told me no so many times. I'm not giving up. I'm going to ask them to post a really great nail fee, probably one that I give them, unless they're awesome themselves at it. And then I might say, could you post that? And people, like if you have a, the posts in most of our VIP groups that are nail fee posts, you could say, comment to somebody or message them. And I do message them regularly and just say, oh my God, your nail fee is stunning. Like just give them that little, it's nice. I love when people say my manicure looks great. So I like to do that with them. But you could say, would you mind posting that to your personal page? And then if anybody's commenting on how great it looks or whatever, I'm going to have a link that if they purchase through that link, I'm going to get you some credit, get you, and you could have that link for a couple VIPers. It's a little bit more tricky to track. But if I only am sharing that with a couple people, or I'm seeing, Susie comment on, you know, Sarah's post, then I kind of can keep those two connected, that's where that order came from. But just another way for somebody to share you. And to me, that's like an unparty. They're not doing anything other than posting. If I think it's somebody that could really drum up some interest, maybe I'll give her own link. But even if I shared it, then I'll say, if you have anyone purchase, and then I'm doing this with a couple VIPers, and then at the end of the month or in 2 weeks, whatever time frame you want to give her, when I cash that in, as long as it's over 300, I'm going to do a drawing for the two bonus sets. I keep forgetting the name, Pink Paradise. Okay. So they may not get it, but that you could be giving those two sets away. You could still be earning the hostess rewards, or you could divvy out the hostess rewards, or say, if you get two people to order, I can get you a free set, or however. Just think about how it breaks down with the hostess rewards, to where you don't want to be giving away more than you're getting, but just a different way of getting somebody to share you out. Because I even get very stuck in my own head. If I don't have a traditional party, I feel like, I need to get that. I need to get reaching out to more people. But ultimately, it's all about the referral. That's what a party is. A party is the best bang for your buck, because I get a lot of people in a short period of time that I'm introduced to. But I'll take it any way I can get it. So if I have some VIPers that have told me no, or have said, not right now, I think they'd be willing to post onto their personal page. And I'm already Facebook friends with them. Even if I'm not, I would say, hey, I'll friend you. They might be someone that was added into my group, or that I had chatted with in a party and never officially became friends with. But I would make sure that if I'm offering her that obviously I have access to her personal page, so I can do some commenting back, and just say, would you partner with me? I know Joanna had shared that about calling them partner, like you want to partner with me. And if you earn some hostess rewards, great. If not, you're still just sharing out a really gorgeous nail fee. If it's hers, like I said, that's even better. But, I'm wearing It Takes Tucson, and this nail fee has been getting more play than anything, but there's so many in the groups that get just as much. Just pick a really gorgeous set, just something that's going to, grab people's attention, and say, would you mind sharing this on your page? And just saying what you genuinely love about Color Street. Like I said, just another way for somebody to get your name out there. And people are willing to do that. They are willing to make a post. And if it gets you no one, no big deal, right? No harm, no foul. You didn't have to do anything other than ask her if she'd share the nail fee. So I called that the unparty, but that can be a lot of different ways. You can just share a link. Hey, I know you love Color Street. I know that you purchase on a regular basis. Would you be interested in just having a shopping link? I'll send you some twosies. That way, if you share with anyone at work, or anyone compliments that gorgeous mani that you have, you can give them a sample, show them how it works. And then if they want to order, you can end up with some hostess rewards. Again, just a different way of approaching getting people, which is ultimately what the party is, to share you and share Color Street. So just wanted to share, those were some of the ones that I thought of. I apologize, I'm a little chatty, more than my 15-20 minutes, but hopefully one of those resonated. Again, it can get overwhelming. You don't want to share 18 things with one person. They'll be like, no, I'm good. But just think about what you think might fit her, or just start with the, hey, these, I would love to help you earn these sets, something like that. If they comment on it, you make a post, they say it's gorgeous, or even if they don't, again, if you have a customer base, I might look for people who have purchased pinks in the past. We have a lot of pink polish. So I may so you can do a search by type of polish, and I can see who ordered. I think you have to use the number. I can't remember. I think you do. The FC, whatever the actual number is on the polish, but you can search and you can see, so if I'm looking for somebody who purchased Caribbean coral to me reminds me a lot of this. It could be something like check me out. I'm sure we have other pinks. Obviously, we have lighter pinks. Are you Madriding me? Key West is best. Like those are all pinks. So I may look out for those, or I might just say, because is it a glitter? Is it a glitter? Do you guys know, or is it a solid?
It's hard to tell. It's like shimmery.
It kind of reminds me of this, right?
It
Like this
does.
is not a glitter, but it's definitely glittery. So I haven't been able to tell yet. I'm hoping I can soon. But
I think it's more like Paint the Town, probably, just less bammy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
it might be. I closed my party yesterday, so I should be getting it. So I think it's until
ooh,
we see it.
nice. That's always nice. So yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to share that out and just say I'm trying to help a couple of my best VIPers earn it this month. I would love to give you this reward because you're awesome, and just see what she says. No, I'm not interested, or what would that entail? I've got a couple options. There's traditional, then I can go into, we have like some formats with traditional parties, or we can do, something where you're posting to your page or just sharing with your friends, or I can send you samples just to share out if you're going to be, at work or whatever, whatever you want to offer to her. But just to get it out there. And as you can see, I'm always all about the message. Like that's how I get all my parties. Every once in a while, I'll post something that entices somebody, that allows me to get in Messenger with someone in a party or in my VIP group. But this is definitely something I'm going to be reaching out and getting on my calendar is, again, I say that loosely because a decent amount of these don't require a physical party for. And of course, again, that's the biggest bang for my buck with time, which is why I love those the best, because I just got introduced to 25 new people. But like I said, I'm not against trying other methods, because ultimately it's one great referral could lead you to your next hostess, could lead you to your next teammate, or just a really great customer that you invite to your VIP group. And I do get like a grow the group. So I know people do that. I've done that in the past. I don't do that often, but I do encourage my VIPers to refer. And that's another way of doing it, is just saying, hey, do you have two friends? I'm really looking to grow my customer group. I know you love Color Street. Would you consider just sending a quick little invite to this group to a couple of your closest friends, and just say, hey, I've been loving Color Street. Would you be interested in checking out this group? I think you would love it. Again, it's not a party for her, but I'm getting new people to my group. So something that can definitely work as well. Just again, thinking of different ideas. And then of course there's a mystery hostess party in your own VIP group. So that's a way to throw your own party in your VIP group, is something that's an option too, whether it's mystery hostess or you throwing it, but running it like a party where there's games and fun things could also be something that can help you to get parties. So just thinking outside the box. It's so early in May, but I'm looking to get those parties on my calendar early on so I can have more time to make sure I'm getting as many people as I can to earn those strips. I don't like a short time frame, so I'm not comfortable with a really quick party. I'll do it at the end of the month, but I'd rather front load my calendar, and that way we have a little extra time so I can say, listen, your party's at 2:15, 85 more dollars, and you could be earning these sets. Like, let's get to work. Who do you have that we could message? Who do you have that wasn't even invited to the group? Is anybody you're seeing that you can share those samples with that I sent you for being a hostess? Like, could be something that helps, right? And then that's helping your PV, and you're really helping her to get those. And that's ultimately what we want. It's out there for customers. I want to help as many people as I can earn those things. So anyways, those are my ideas. I apologize, I'm super wordy. But if anybody has any other ideas, I would love to, for you to share them, because I'm always looking for new ideas for myself.
Can I just kind of piggyback off of all of your amazing points? Anytime I'm out and about, like in coming across people, which of course doesn't happen as often nowadays. And if somebody compliments my polish, I say, thanks. Oh, it's Color Street. I could totally get you these. I could hook you up and get you these for free. So it just in a casual conversation, you'd be surprised at people will be like, oh, really? Yeah, I'll just set you up with your own shopping link. So just out and about, somebody compliments your nails, it's opening up the door for you to offer them the chance for a shopping link. And it's just very, very casual. Everything Amanda shared, these are awesome ideas. And you could try different ones. You could try one, then you could, 1 week, you could try something else next week, and you could just kind of find your groove of what you really enjoy and switch it up just to keep it fresh. And I mean, there's some on here, like Amanda and I have been in for 3.5 years. There's some things I haven't done yet. So if you're brand new and you're like, whoa, there's so many things, you try different things, you evolve with things that you like, you tweak things. And there are things that I still am excited to now try, like the tic-tac-toe. I don't really do a lot of games. So I really want to do a bingo or something like that. So just try something, jump right in, pick something, and then try something again next week. And we really want to encourage everybody to consider the
Sorry, Dina, you cut out.
I know it's been cutting out. I don't know where I ended. Did I freeze?
No, yeah, you were like, what I really wanted to say, and then it was like, I was like, what? What do you want to say?
Yes. Did you get the part where I was just saying jump right in and try something new and then try something new next week?
I think that's where you were going. Because yeah, I completely agree. There's so many of these things. Like I said, I haven't done all of these things. I've
Yeah.
done versions of, like I said, the partner party like blew my mind.
Me
Because I
too.
thought, that easily doubles the amount of people that you're inviting to the party, or even if it doesn't quite double it, you're working with 2 people. You've got 2 hostesses that you're now coaching, and that's going to expand your reach for planting seeds, for new stylists and new,
Yes.
I mean, there's so many great things to me that a hostess is. In person, you guys, of course, I didn't say in person, but in person is absolutely something that you could do and offer
Yes.
people who are wanting to get out. And like I said, doing it on the patio, there's, before it was like, let's find a reason to get your girls together on Zoom. Now we can get your girls together and, everybody's comfort level is different, but whatever your comfort level is or theirs, or what theirs are, or you could ask.
Yeah.
So Vicky asked, does the co-party each person get their own link? So the way she trained it was they would share. So when I've done multi-hostess parties, everybody did get their own link. Okay. But a co-host, I would keep it as one link because they're just splitting the rewards. So, and because it's somebody that they're friends with. So it's like, hey, it'd be like, me and Dina, we have a ton of the same friends. We, our kids go to school together. We could do a co-host party and just split the rewards because we'd be inviting some of the same people, but then she's got her family and college people, and I have my family and my friends from school and my, so I work in a different building. So we do have some people that we would be able to also reach, but because a party that hits 300, as I said, is better than 150 in terms of product credit, that's a way to also let her know. Like if you think of a friend that you just want to host this party with, that would be awesome too, because then, if you each had, $200 in sales, now you're at 400 and the rewards are way better, just kind of sharing it that way. So it might be something like, yeah, you know what? I do have a friend that really loves Color Street. I bet she might do it with me. Right? You never know.
I had an idea for a themed party.
Okay.
I'm a Disney freak, of course. I'm wearing my Mickey Mouse leggings and Stitch. So I was thinking, as like a game, I could do every day. I could post a couple colors that remind me of like a Disney movie or a Disney princess, and whoever guesses, that's who I put in for the prizes and send out the samples to. And um, Disney's a really good way to engage because I mean, who doesn't freaking love Disney? So I'm
Yeah,
really excited to try that in one
and
of my
check the
next
graphics
parties.
group because I know there's Disney themed parties out there. The graphics groups are really, the one, Norma Clark's is as compliant as they get because they don't approve anything that's not compliant. So obviously, you know how it works when something's trademarked, but I already know because you were saying sets that remind, so I know you're already in that frame of mind, but some people have the this or that's like that are with, you know, a theme that, or like you said, which Disney princesses remind you of, and you'd know like well, Cinderella because you're talking about the blue or whatever. So definitely look there because there might be some really great stuff already in there, which would be awesome. And you brought up a good point too. The people that play the games in my VIP group, those are the people I message like regularly. So this last party I had a lot of people join my VIP group, which was good. That's where the tic-tac-toe came in because basically to get a for sure one was post a nail fee for one of the lines and buy three get one and then join my VIP. So they wanted that. Now I said everybody that gets a tic-tac-toe gets a gift and you're going to go into a bonus drawing. So I'm very vague on what I'm giving away because I don't know what the party's going to be like in terms of sales. Now this is a $600 plus party. So I'm grateful and I'm probably going to hook that party up with an extra free set in terms of the drawing goes. But those people that played, that's where I'm going to offer that. Here you get a little, prize pack. I'm going to be mailing you out and then I'm going to upgrade them. In your VIP group, in my VIP group, it's people that play any of the games. I did a Kentucky Derby yesterday. Like just pick your horse if you win. I'm gonna send you a gift from me. Again, you guys, the gifts from me are twosies. And only one person picked that horse anyway, but I'm gonna message everybody that is in there. I typically do, hey, thank you so much for supporting my business or especially nail fees. Again, I send messages to thank you. So it's just building that relationship to where I then can really feel comfortable when they're saying, yeah, oh my gosh, I love that. Sometimes I might just share like, hey, have you seen this set? And just send them a picture of that new, the Hostess Reward set. And then they're like, oh my God, I love it. You want me to help you earn this? Like just keeping it fun and light sometimes is so much better than, and I love scripts. I'm always about having something I copy and paste to save myself some time. But those people I've been working on building relationships with, and it's not just a normal follow up. I want to add that in there, that like little personal kind of touch that. And then it's like, hey, how would you like to earn these? I bet I could help you, and I could do that in a voice message. And then they're like, what do you think? What are you talking about? Well, we could do a traditional party or you could post your, personal page. You've already got a lot of great nail fees. I think you could post one. And if we get some interest in that post, you could have a link that you share with those people and you could earn hostess rewards just from that. So, I'm just thinking of ways that I can get people, again, sharing me, right? Sharing me and Color Street. And I do want to help them earn, right? It's about getting them to earn those, but in return, right? Like it's helping us. That's just how the business works. But I know some of my ladies who will want one. And so I'm already thinking of ways that I can offer that to them. But yes, theme parties are great. Like I said, I'm not personally into them. I have been very good, but it's definitely a great option. All right. Any other ideas that you guys want to share or questions that you have? Oh, Bree, yes. She just said, thank you for all the info. As a brand new stylist, it's a bit overwhelming. Yes. And that's why, like Dina said, try one thing and go with it. If you want to just try to stick to a traditional party and because that's maybe what you've been, if you've hosted a party yourself, then and you have those people to reach out to. If that's just the only thing you really know, then just do that. And if you're new, again, I'm big with my new people on just getting samples out, period. Like we want you getting parties and ideally you want to get your launch +4 in your first month because we want you to earn Jumpstart, because it's an amazing program that Color Street has that, you know, rewards you really for jumping right in with your business. And of course, your upline can help you run those parties or help you, you know, in terms of sharing how to do it or giving you other ideas. But definitely just getting your name out there is number one, first and foremost. So don't get hung up on the 89 different kinds of parties that we just talked about, but just getting connected with people and ultimately getting people to share you is what this business is all about. You know, referring you. And I say you a lot and not Color Street because I mean, there's how many of us on this call, right? Like, so there's a decent amount of us out there. I want them to think of nail polish and think of Amanda. You know, if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing my job. Yeah, sending the sneak peeks to your VIPs. Absolutely, you guys. Sending them personally to people is the best way to do it. You know, like I said, hey, what do you think about this pink? You know, wouldn't this be perfect with a nice summer tan? You know, just something, again, just sending them or, hey, I wanted to make sure that you saw these. They're stunning. What do you think? You know, asking a question, getting them to engage. Maybe they saw in your VIP group, but remember, you guys, there's a lot of posts people don't see. So just because I posted it in my VIP group, that doesn't mean they saw it. There's some of my posts that get engagement like that. And then I'll post something else that I thought was going to take off and it's not. And I can even see with my little that no one's really got their eyes on it or it just didn't have any participation. So sometimes I delete them. Sometimes I'll leave them. But usually I can tell if I'm not getting interaction right away, I'll try something else. So they don't necessarily see those posts I'm making about that particular set. So sending that picture is awesome. Someone asked or Jackie asked, if you're hosting, say, a bingo party or an in-person stash party, do you give the hostess their own online party link as well? So Jackie, that's up to you. There's a couple different ways to do bingo parties. If you go into that bingo group, they're going to share, like, there's different ways of going about it. Because either you can sell at regular price with a regular buy three, get one, and really you're basically just showing them in person and doing whoever wins, maybe they get free shipping or they get a bonus set if they purchase 4 or 5%. Like that's usually how the bingo awards work, is you're just incentivizing people when they win to order. But you can either just do that they get hostess rewards based on the number of sets sold, because you know what the hostess rewards will be like, or you can give them their own shopping link in conjunction. So when I did it in a party, my hostesses it was a multi-hostess party. They already had their party links going, but I said, I'll place these orders back, whatever sold, I'll place back into the hostess. Now you lose a little bit because even if you charge them $3 for shipping, you're then getting them shipped back to you. So it's a $3 cost to you if you're doing it that way. But again, some people just like to purchase that way. I don't know why. Again, it's beyond me. I have people that always buy when I do a stash sale, and I don't do those often in my VIP. It's not like I do them weekly, but they always do when I do them, and they can get the same sets online. So it's just something about ordering directly from me, and which is fine. You know, of course I send them twosies or maybe a file or something fun in it, but it's not over the top. But yeah, so you can do it either way. You know, this month I would try to push to get those sets. But again, even if you did 2 bingo parties that got you 150 in sales, and even if you were cashing those 2 hostesses out, they could each get one of those sets, even without a party link, if that's really what you sold, you know, to put back in to replace your sets and still get them hostess rewards. So it's just up to you. That one's a little more gray to me because they're run a lot of different ways. So hopefully that helped. Or maybe it just said you can do it. I don't know.
I do have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So sometimes when I'm starting a party, some people from, so the person that's hosting a party, their guests are slow to join. So I have a party going right now, and it's just kind of, you know, she sent out several invites. She told me she sent some private messages, or, you know, I gave her all the hostess coaching and, you know, recommended private messaging, her guests that she was going to invite. And, you know, she said she did. So I'd have to definitely assume that she did. And, or would like to, and not, mass invite. So there's really only, I think, like there's a couple of us stylists in the group. So they're for support and things like that are going to support the algorithm, and comment and things of that sort. But she basically has 2 people that have joined so far. So I mean, and today kind of was going to be her kickoff to the party. So I was going to do a live, but even if I didn't do a live, do you kind of like slow down on your posts? Like, cause normally like my posts are going to be scheduled. And I feel like if somebody doesn't join until day like 3, 4, or 5, like there could be like 20 posts by then. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are some ideas?
So personally, I've told hostesses many times that they have to have 10 people in the group before I start the party.
Oh, okay.
So I may have a start day, but if it seems like, I've said that before in hostess coaching ahead of time. Like once we hit 10, but I would do that for that one. Say, I know we had your party scheduled to start on Monday. However, you only have a couple people in there. Why don't you work to get 8 more? And when you get to 10, not counting me and whoever else
Yeah.
you have in there, but once you get to 10, we'll go ahead and start the party. We don't want anyone to miss anything.
Yeah, because
So
that's what I feel like. I feel like
it's
all
going to be
those
a waste of
posts.
your time and hers, to be honest. And again, I always say no party's a bad party if I can connect with new people, right? She's basically
Mhm.
referred 2 people to you. However, if she really wants to have the party, she's not going to earn with the 2 people. So while that might be good for you because you've been introduced to a couple new people, you ultimately want to make sure that she knows, I want you to earn some great rewards, and you need a minimum of 3 orders just to even get into hostess rewards. So
Yeah.
what I like to tell my customer or my hostesses is once they get to 10, I'll go ahead and start the party. So try to work on getting 10 by, give her a date, try to get to 10 in the party by Thursday. And then I would love to start on Thursday. We'll check back Wednesday.
Okay, that's helpful. Yeah, because I feel like I'm spending, quite a bit of time. I'm checking, I'm commenting on some things myself, and I might get like a like or a love, and then I'm not getting like any engagement back. So yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely, that's a good way to do that. And probably
Yeah.
right from the start too, to kind of set those
It is.
standards right from the start.
Yep, it is, and 10 to me would be a minimum number. Like,
Mhm.
and that's why I've done multi-hostess because, in the past I've just to make sure, because then I'm actually not super into how many they get. So that's another option, but you've already got her group going. I
Mhm.
would just stick with it, but set that standard. And it's not a bad thing to do every time, is just say, okay, your party starting on Tuesday. Why don't you work over the weekend to get at least 10 into the party by Monday? And I mean, ultimately you want more than that in there. So
Yeah.
it's why I don't like to lead with that, because I don't want to use that number, but that's kind of like my minimum.
Yeah.
I remember someone at Julie Cruz, actually at one of the conferences, I remember trained on that. And I was like, that's a good idea, because then I have 4 people in a group, and I'm trying, but ultimately you want her to earn the rewards. And that's why the messaging to her, it's not about you not wanting to do the party. It's about making it so that she can actually earn some rewards. So
Yeah.
just make
Yeah.
her, yeah.
Yeah, and I've even encouraged in the past with others, like, I've messaged your guest, but I really need you to message your guest because they're your people. They're going to connect with you. I can ultimately make that attempt, but you already have the relationship with them. So they're going to more likely respond back to you, and at least respond. If they respond to me, I might get a blunt, honest answer. I might just get that you could see that they viewed the message. Or sometimes I get like, no, thank you. I just purchased from several parties recently, or what have you. I mean, it's a variety, I think, that we all get, similar to being ghosted. But I think that when the host messages themselves too, I think they're going to get more of an honest and direct answer, and that way too, they can ask people like, oh, okay, I appreciate your feedback, or I appreciate your response. It would be awesome if you still joined my party and commented on my post, or, whatever. I mean, it could go either way, because sometimes if people join your party and they're just a number in your party and they're not boosting your algorithm, that can hurt you too. So you kind of have to know your people. And that's why it helps, I feel like, if your host truly reaches out to their guests, their audience. So that's just kind of my perspective, but I like what you had to say, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's always best for her, but even the messages I send her to send and the messages I send are very much like, thank you so much for, if they're in, right, joining the party, right, participating in the party. I just want to let you know. So that's what I have her send if they're in there, right? Like, thank you so much for hopping into my party. Just wanted to let you know in case you were looking to order, party ends on Friday. However, there's also a lot of engagement posts that you can get in on some drawings and some free stuff. So I didn't want you to miss out, right? Just the verbiage for her. And even in the beginning, hey, just wanted to make sure that you saw the invite to my party. Again, these are like all things I have in my phone. So, I hope you just, I think you'd love Color Street. Make sure you hop in. There's some fun giveaways and games and things. Whatever, just a short, quick, and then with, of course, the Facebook link too, so they can click on, even if they've been invited, I still send her the link with the message I want her to send out. Again, if she does it, I don't know. And I can't worry about if she's going to do it, or I'm not going to, I'll follow up like, hey, just wanted to make sure I know you're at 6. Can't wait for you to get to 10. Right? Like,
Yeah,
just,
I mean, that's the beauty of it being virtual too. Like, I've had folks message me back and say like, oh, that's not, a great start date. Well, it's not, like, virtual isn't so much of a burden. Like, I'm not coming to your house. I'm not, so yeah, those are great suggestions. Thank you.
good. Yep. You're welcome. And I've taught this before, but I set my schedule. So if I know she's working and cannot attend, or it's something, she has an event for her, whatever, if she lets me know, I'll be flexible. I do have backup options, but I'm very like, these are the dates I have. That was just something I listened to in a training too. Like, my next opening's May 3rd, even instead of giving 4 options, just say, hey, my next opening is May 3rd. Well, that doesn't work for me. Well, then, obviously tomorrow's May 3rd, but you know what I'm saying? Like, then they say, oh, well, I can't do that date. Okay, how about whatever, and then you keep going from there. But I'm going to cut the recording here.